Bulldog fans, the final game of the State Farm College Baseball Showdown for Mississippi State happened on Monday, and they faced Texas Tech. Texas Tech, like the rest of the teams in this showdown, really strong. You always see them in the postseason, but Mississippi State came to play. This was the most offensive game that we have seen from Mississippi State so far in this young season. They ended up winning this game 11-5. As we do here, before we get into the runs, we're going to start with the pitching because I was a pitcher way back in the day. Jackson Frisco got the start on the bump, the freshman from Kentucky, and he had a pretty good first outing. He goes 3 innings, he allows no runs and no hits. He did have 3 walks and 2 hit by pitches, but he did have 4 strikeouts to counter those. And those strikeouts came in clutch and at great times to get him out of some of those innings. His defense played really well behind him. 1 runner was caught stealing in the first, and then the position players were clean. Caught a couple flyouts, caught a pop out in foul territory as well. And even Frisco was able to field a bunt cleanly and get that out. And we love to see PFPs because pitchers are athletes too, guys. We got to stop the pitcher hate. Cameron Tuller, apologize if I mispronounce your name, came into relief in the 4th. And the junior transfer goes 1 1/3 inning. He had a bit of a rough outing. He gives up 4 runs on 3 hits, has 3 walks, does have 2 strikeouts. He had a bit of a shaky start to the 5th. He gives up a couple of walks and a single, and then 1 more walk before being taken out for Carson Kessler. Now, that name may sound familiar because Kessler had a really strong performance last season, even with it being a shortened season. Kessler does end up getting the win after going 2 2/3 innings in relief. He gives up 1 run on 2 hits. He had 2 walks and 2 hit by pitches and 1 wild pitch, but he had 6 Ks. So it's good to see even he can bounce back after, even if he's letting base runners get on base, having that strikeout potential to get himself back ahead, so to speak, in the inning. And like I said before, Kessler's coming off a hot start, a hot season, even if it was a short season last year. He had 5 appearances, but in those 5 appearances, he totaled 18 1/3 innings pitched. So he can really stretch out a game and grind out some innings if he's needed to. And I'd love to see him getting this hot start now, and I hope he continues to be strong in that middle to late relief role that Mississippi State's like running. Now, Casey Hunt, Spencer Price, each of these guys get an inning to end the game pitching themselves. Hunt only gives up 1 hit. Price has 2 walks and 3 Ks. Neither one gives up any runs, and it's really nice to see some guys being able to anchor the end of games on the mound for Mississippi State. Now at the dish, the Dogs were seeing the ball well, and I say that it goes without saying. They had 12 hits to only 5 strikeouts, and that is a huge improvement from what we saw against TCU on Sunday. Dogs score 1 in the 2nd off a walk and a couple singles, 2 in the 5th with a walk and a fielding error followed by a single, 2 in the 6th with a walk and then a Luke Hancock home run, and then 1 in the 8th with a pair of singles and some nice base running on a wild pitch. But the 9th is where everything fell apart for Texas Tech. They allow 5 runs, and Mississippi State was able to stretch a close 6-5 game out into an 11-5 deficit, and that would end up being the final. This inning, sit back because we're going to go on a ride. It included a walk, a triple by Rowdy Jordan, then we had a single, another walk, another single, an error, and then 1 more single. And sprinkled throughout there was great base running and advancing on base running and taking advantage of wild pitches in different situations. As far as specific hitters, Rowdy Jordan ends up going 2 for 5. He has 3 RBIs. Helping him out was that triple in the 5, 6, and 7 hole. Josh Hatcher, Luke Hancock, Scotty DeBrule. Again, if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. I'll work on that. All 3 of these guys went 2 for 4 on Monday. Hatcher had 1 RBI and 2 runs. DeBrule had an RBI and a run. And then Luke Hancock had 2 runs as well as 3 RBIs thanks to that 2-run home run in the 6th. I think this is a great ending for this showdown for Mississippi State. It was a really strong performance, not only on the mound, but also at the plate and on the base paths. And I think it's good to see that State can string together runs and really put pressure on defenses if they allow runners to get on base by walks and by committing errors. But the Dogs come home to Starkville this week. They have a midweek game on Wednesday against Jackson State before hosting Tulane for a weekend series. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys soon with another From the Stat Lines.